Hi everyone, if you don't know me, my name's Frostbreak, and I've been streaming Enderal these past couple days. I decided to swap over to a Let's Play format because my throat can't take it. Pause, that sounds really bad. I'm just not used to talking for 5 to 6 hours a day, and my throat is completely destroyed by the end of it. You can probably hear some of that right now. It's kind of cooked. What I'm going to do instead of live streaming is create content for this channel specifically. Not a live stream, but a Let's Play specifically crafted for the second channel. Then this footage will eventually be used for the video essay on the main channel. This will also allow me to edit out stuff I don't think you'd be interested in and keep the flow a bit smoother while staying somewhat relaxed. Technically, we streamed 11 hours of Enderal before this. I'll make a playlist in the description with all episodes, including the unedited live stream, but I'm going to recap you a bit before we jump into this one. Essentially, Enderal is a total conversion mod for Skyrim. It simply uses the engine to create an entirely new game. The world is not scaled, unlike Skyrim, and essentially all we've done so far is 100% the starting zone, the Sun Coast. As far as important narrative goes, we meet Jaspar and helped him solve the mystery of Yarrow, a mage who went insane and blew up his classroom at a magical university. It's rumored he was overcome with the disease, the Red Madness, which turns the infected's eyes red and forces them into a frenzy. After some investigation, we find a few of his journals and his dead wife in a basement and report it into the capital city of Ark to tell the leaders of the Holy Order. In this game, they're called the Temple, just like Morrowind. Anyway, the Temple is basically investigating the journals we found, and in the meantime, we're left to explore the capital city on our own. Honestly, in the 11 hours I've played of Enderal, very little of it was the main story, so we haven't really dove too deep into that narrative-dense content yet. We just are barely getting started. Most of what I've done are dungeons and ways to collect gold, which I now have a full bank account, which I kind of covered at the end of my last stream, but I'll cover at the start of this Let's Play. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the Let's Play series. Let me know in the comments. If not, then I can just record on my own offline, but hopefully a few people find it interesting. Okay, let's get into the video. Hello everybody, welcome to the very first Let's Play I think I've ever done before, and today we're playing Enderal the Forgotten Stories Special Edition. Welcome to my little shack. I bought a house in the city for 1,000 gold, and yeah, I named it the Poverty Shack because, well, that's kind of exactly what it is. So, as you probably heard in the introduction to the video, the goal for this series is to record the footage I need for my main video, but still give you guys something to go off of, something to watch in the meantime, rather than doing a straight live stream because that kind of destroys my throat. So, if you've never played Enderal before, allow me to introduce you. This is Enderal. It is a completely new province. It does not take place in the Elder Scrolls. It takes place in a different fantasy universe. It has its own lore. It's got a bunch of stuff. Now, down here, you can kind of see this is where I already went. This is the starting zone. This content here was covered in the first live stream. Then this content to the main city was covered in the second live stream. Again, I will link that stuff down below. But all I've been doing, apart from a little bit of the main story, which again, we've done barely any. This is the main story here, Taming the Waves. This is like the third or fourth mission out of like 40. So you can tell we've done barely any of the main story. All I've been doing is making money. Now I have some money in my inventory, 3,400. But the real incentive for money is this game has a bank. Not only can you deposit money in the bank, but there are also stocks and shares you can invest in certain companies to make passive income. So if we look at I want to withdraw some money, you can see we have some bank in here. Now you need about 9,000 gold to hit the maximum amount of interest. If you want a tips and tricks guide to Enderal, I'll link one of mine down below that's spoiler free, but obviously this Let's Play is going to dive into spoilers pretty heavily. So basically every 24 hours, I'm making around 250 gold. So all I did was spam sleep a bunch of times and I'm making the maximum amount of money. And that doesn't even count the So basically, all you have to do is spam sleep a bunch of times. You spam sleep for 24 hours, you make 200 gold. So once you hit the 9,000 kind of cap, you can withdraw as much as you want, and you're good to go. What do you need money for? Good question. You need money to level up in this game. You don't level up for free. Now, I've spent quite a bit of money already, as you can see, leveling up my skills, but I still have 3 crafting points, so I'll walk you through how the level up system works. I guess I should say, learning points are used for your combat skills, and crafting points are used for your workmanship skills. So the skills I'm trying to level up the most with my workmanship are handicraft and rhetoric. Handicraft allows you to craft items and blueprints and whatnot, including item sets. Now, you can find some item sets in the open world, like the ones I have right here. This is the rat catcher item set. I have 4 items of it equipped. And if we go into my spell bonuses, you can see I have stage 1 bonus, stage 2 bonus, stage 3 bonus.
Hammers, daggers, swords, the best from the Chilean archipelago.
And what we're going to do here is we're going to buy a handicraft adept, I think, right? Because I'm not 50 yet. We have 3 points. We're going to buy 3... Basically, we're going to buy 3 skill points into handicraft right here. Boom. That costs money. But we go into our inventory. 1, 2, 3. And now I have 50 handicraft. Now, every 25 skills in this game requires a new book, a more expensive book. So for handicraft, I'd now need expert, because adept, the one I just bought, only goes up to 50. So expert goes from 50 to 75, if that makes sense. Before we get into the actual gameplay, just to overview my build, I'm going for a dark magic heavy armor class in this. In this game, there are classes that combine once you have enough perks in each tree. In this case, this Sinistrope Keeper will merge into something called a Dark Keeper. I'll put that on screen right now. When the classes combine and you actually create a class with enough points, you get a pretty big bonus. So you want to be going for those as soon as possible. And that's kind of the build I'm going for. Heavy armor, necromantic dark energy, kind of like a dark paladin. Okay, so before we start going a little bit deeper into the main story, it's important for me to highlight what these stars mean. In Enderal, some of these quests are essentially ranked in difficulty. As you heard in the intro, the world isn't scaled. 2 stars generally means you want to be around level 20 to do the quest. My character is level 18, so we should be fine. However, let's see if I can find something that's a bit harder just to show you. Here we go. This quest, Apotheosis, is 3 stars. So we would be way too weak to do this. We would die almost instantly. However, if we were able to kill 3-star enemies, we would get 3-star loot. So there's a bit of risk and reward there. So it does actually make it worth it if you go to the hardest zone in the game, which is over here, Thalgard, right away, and you try and kill something. You actually might get a little bit of some insane loot way beyond what you would normally find. For now, though, we are going to continue on with the main story, which, again, as I said, I've barely done any of the main story in the 11 or so hours I've played. And yeah, let's get started. We're meeting up with Lashari here, and Lashari is going to cure my arcane fever, which is something we are infected with at the very start of the game. We don't know why. But when we spawned into this province of Enderal, we happened to have some weird visions that we could see into the past, which has helped us with a couple different side quests and stuff. To get to where we need to go for the main story, we're going to fast travel there. Now, this game doesn't actually have traditional fast travel. If you click on any of these pins, they don't actually do anything. However, these towers here, Myrad towers, allow the player to kind of fast travel. I guess it's like Morrowind's Siltstrider system, like a taxi, where it doesn't necessarily fast travel you there, but it's like you hop on the back of this creature, basically, and you fly to where you need to go. So we need to go here to the Northern Heartland, and we see our dude hop on the back of this giant griffin thingy. Oh, my guy almost flew off there. Okay. But this is really how you get around. There's also Mark and Recall, which I wish Skyrim had. We do have a mark point set right in front of our house, so I can return to it with this spell. There's also teleport scrolls here. These work as like, yeah, they just teleport you to the major cities. So that's what that does as well.
Hello.
This is, I love these guys. They're so cute. I mean, they're kind of ugly, but, you know, it's fine. So one thing about my school of magic is, it hurts me. You can see it's draining my health. That guy didn't hit me, but it did a fair chunk of damage. It's like, again, necromantic dark energy. However, my, in this game, you know, in Skyrim, it'd be considered a dragon shout. However, in this, they're called talents, I believe. Yeah. So one of my talents I have for my special magic tree, the Sinistrope, is to devour the soul of the things I kill, which turns them into goop. But it gives me, as you can see, my health restored, and that's very useful because in this game, your health does not restore passively. So without a way to restore your health with potions or devouring a soul, your health is going to be permanently lower. You can sleep in a bed to fix this, or you can eat food. However, food only heals you out of combat. As you can see, restores 4 points of health for 7 seconds out of combat. Potions do heal you in combat, however, they heal over time. And they also worsen your arcane fever, which is this bar right here, which is like a sanity meter. If your arcane fever hits certain milestones, like 40%, 60%, etc., you start to debuff yourself with less damage, less health, and stuff like that. Oh, but damn do I love this world, dude. The music is just amazing. I should probably turn the music up so it's easier for you guys to hear it, but I want to keep it at a normal level because my editing software, I can cancel out quiet points, and if the music's too loud, it'll never identify a quiet point. Blueprints, these are, I guess, worth touching on. As you can see, what I was talking about early, handicraft. So to craft things, you can't just craft things normally. Like in Skyrim, you could just craft iron gear or whatever. In this game, you need blueprints. However, there are some mythic blueprints, like legendary items, that you need a really high level handicraft for. So it's just worth picking up blueprints if you find them. Spare parts are used for crafting materials and stuff like that. It's this game was made by the people who, I mean, it's made by people who love Gothic, so it's got a lot of Gothic, you know, influence on it. Let's see how much I heal here. Yeah, not that much, but it's okay. It's better than nothing. So yeah, it's quite a bit harder than Skyrim. However, the progression feels a lot more rewarding. Skyrim, because it's scaled, it kind of always feels like you're doing the same thing. See, here I am just walking around exploring. One thing I do wish this game had was completed tags. Like if you hover over stuff like dungeons that you've cleared, I wish it said that. But like this one, for example, like I may as well do it now that I'm here because I'll think if I don't that I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Sneak attacking in this game, I believe, does work. My character's obviously in heavy armor, so it's a little hard. However, you can go for like a sneak magic build if you want. I suppose I should show you guys what like the actual skill trees look like if you didn't watch any of the previous live streams. Let me take a second and show you what they look like. To get there, you actually have to teleport to this like realm. And here you can slot in your skills. So this is like heavy armor. This is two-handed. This is two-handed. This is one-handed. This is heavy armor. This is like, I don't know, trickery. This one's like potions, and this one's like archery and stealth. This one's the werewolf tree. This one is elementalism, which is like destruction magic from Skyrim. Thaumaturge is mental magic. It's a little bit different, and holy magic. And then Sinistrope, which is what I'm going as like dark magic, which is illegal in this game. So you'll never find merchants who sell these spells unless you go to seedy areas or illegal vendors and whatnot. And then this is Phasmalism, which is like necromancy, I guess. You can like summon people It's like an extra. It's more necromancy than this. This is kind of like creating your own companion. It's interesting, but that's what the progression system looks like. Yeah, see, none of these guys are actually touching me, but because my spells hurt me, I am taking damage. However, it's you know, it's fine because the damage is pretty high. It's not too bad, and I can unlock perks later that also improve how much health damage I take from those spells. But as you can see, not regenerating health passively is it's a bit of a bummer. It's a bit harder to get around and do content when you constantly have to stop and heal. But that's what it was like in Gothic, which is what this game was inspired by. The dungeon design in this game is awesome. There are less dungeons than Skyrim, but I would say like most of them are better designed. Almost all of them have a little story or something to do. Again, this is just one I kind of accidentally stepped into because I got sidetracked, but I will sleep in a bed that will fully restore all my health and stuff. I guess I'll check around here for some loot. Also worth noting in this game, it kind of does probably what Skyrim should do. You can't attempt every lock. If, like, you can attempt novice and apprentice, but if you don't level lockpicking, you can't open certain doors like this. So it's worth considering. The skills are definitely a lot more impactful. You really, if you don't go like lockpicking or sleight of hand or alchemy, you're gonna have a really hard time creating potions, stealing, or whatever. So you can't do everything in this. Whereas in Skyrim, you can kind of do everything. It's not like that big of a deal. Wait. This key. I wonder if this key opens this. It does. Look at that. 2 treasure chests. I can't open this one, but I can get this one at least. Got some money. That's all right. Okay, so that's I just cleared out this dungeon. I didn't get anything crazy, but, you know, I like if I discover a place, going in and clearing it out. Looks like you kind of pop out in a similar area, but this is the main story, which is what I want to do. So let's head over there. Oh, dude, one thing I just love how this game looks. Like, don't get me wrong, Skyrim is beautiful in its own way, but seeing color in like Skyrim's engine, purples, greens, all that stuff, it's just, oh, it's so nice. I don't know. I just love it. There's quite a bit of stuff to do as well. As you can tell by my compass, like, it's not as dense as Skyrim. There's not as many dungeons in as many areas, but it's pretty close. Well, here we are. Another point of contention about this. Some people don't, as you can see, this is Dwemer architecture. Some people are a little put off by, this game also has a quote-unquote ancient nation that disappeared randomly. So, you know, they just kind of reuse the Dwemer stuff, which is, I think, fine. But, you know, some people wish there was completely new assets, but I don't know how you can expect that from a modding company or like a modding team. It's kind of crazy. So there's some illegal spells in here, which is cool. Usually to find psionics and entropy, which are the spells I'm going, you have to find them or find somebody who's a bit sketchy. So I already know all of those ones, but it's good. It's good to keep your eye out. Now, I have played this game once before, but it doesn't mean I remember everything. We'll take the bread, though. That's always nice. Food is actually useful in this game. I think,
Shit. Oh. Get away from there, now!
Uh-oh.
prophet's ass. 1 second later, and I would have been screaming.
Oh yeah, they also swear in this.
What in blazes are you doing here, anyway?
What the heck was that? And where did you suddenly come from?
Let's put it this way. I know how to hide when I don't want to be seen. And concerning the explosion, you stepped right into a Kyranian dust crystal. Get a little too close and wait a little too long, and you'll have your ass blown around your ears by an explosion that would put any cannon to shame.
I was sent here by a mage named Constantine. Are you Lashari? Well, obviously she is. Constantine is... we met him at the kind of middle of the last stream. He's just like a member of the temple. Although the interesting thing about Constantine is, like, a year ago, he was the enemy of the temple. But now he's a powerful mage working with the temple because something is up, but we don't know what. But this person apparently might know how to fix our fever.
Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, but never mind that. At least it proves you're not lying. Anyhow, I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, impressive. No offense.
One thing about this mod is the audio ranges wildly in volume from them. Like, I would say she's speaking a little bit quieter, obviously because they're all volunteers and they all have different mics. But, yeah, sometimes they'll be really loud, sometimes they'll be quiet, but hopefully it's audible for you guys. No, Constantine said that you could perform some kind of ritual on me to help me control my magic.
Is that so? Indeed. You have some uncontrolled magic inside you. And quite a lot of uncontrolled magic. Not bad. I've never felt anything like this before. Very well. If Constantine insists, I will perform the ritual on you. But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck in this shit, as you've probably noticed. Short version or long version? Which do you prefer?
Let's go for the long version. Why not?
Fine. I suppose you already know that that is me, my assistant, 2 Arcanists, and 4 Keepers, are here to do research on, well, on something, which is exactly what we've done these past weeks. But as I went upstairs to get something a couple hours ago, I suddenly heard screaming and the clanging of metal coming from downstairs. As I looked for cover, I saw these 2 shapes in red robes vanishing into the lower parts of the ruin. I have no idea who they are or why they're here, but to me, they look like mercenaries. Anyway, fact is, my esteemed Enderal colleagues and my assistant are still down there, together with our research, and I want them back. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually, if you want me to tame your magic. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the 2 of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself, which I'm quite sure you can. What do you say? Are you ready?
Hell yeah. Let's go. I don't care about how many there are, I can do it.
Then follow me. And keep your weapons ready. I think I just heard footsteps down there.
Alright. Alright, I adjusted the volume. We'll see if it sounds any better.
Shit, you were right. Get that.
Just try.
No. No.
Well, that wasn't much of a fight.
Stabbed like a pig. Hang on. What's this? By the prophet's ass. I don't believe it.
What?
They're orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers managed to take us by surprise.
You have my sympathy.
Save it for Sev when I shove this staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt.
You know, some of the voice acting in this game is very good. Some of it can be hit or miss, but most of the time it's pretty good.
Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys really are trying to destroy our research. We have to do something. You're adept at magic, right? Take this spell and use it to put out the fires. If I'm right, the mercenaries are trying to destroy the stone fragments, and we have to stop them. You take the lower part of the ruin. Try to save as many stones as you can. I'll take the upper part, and when it's all done, we'll meet here again. Oh, and one more thing. If you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. I want to take care of him myself, okay? Then let's get going.
Fire extinguisher added to spellbook. What the hell is that? I mean, I assume it puts out fire. Extinguishes burning fire. Okay, it's just... Alright. I was gonna say, I don't really remember this quest. I mean, I haven't played this far into the main story for like 3 years. Oh, I guess that's a timed mission. We gotta go. Oh shit! Oh no!
Flank him.
Oh, there's people down here too. I don't know if it's a time thing or not. What the f... There's crystals and stuff. Oh god.
Oh, Malthus! Hey, over here!
I'm trying to save you. I'm trying. I'm trying. My fire extinguisher. It's not working. Oh, it worked.
Damn, that was close. Those bastards just left me down here to die. Do you think, despite everything I did? Oh, forgive me.
Why did everything just turn white? I think when it flashes, it means it's done. I think. I hope. Yeah, I think, okay. Ow. Oh my god, I don't have much health. Downside of my stupid magic school.
Wait, someone's there.
No. How do I get this last one?
That was my friend! I'll gush you for this!
I need to run past this mage. Put out this fire. Okay, we did it. Nice try. I did it.
Well, I'll be damned.
I've saved them all.
That's what I call good timing. I take it you were successful? What about the fragments? Did you save them?
I don't know if that mission is actually timed. I feel like it is, because I don't think I was able to do it last time. Like the first time I did this mission 3 years ago.
All of them? Call me a pregnant Lyran. You really are good at what you do.
The
You
hell
won't
is a
regret it, I
pregnant
swear.
Lyran?
What about Sev? Did you find him?
I did, yes.
Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could make him tell us who's behind all this. Well, whatever. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. What's your name, anyway? Amidst all this, we didn't have time for formalities.
Oh yeah, good time to tell you that my character's name is Yariel Poof, Jedi Master. You know, on theme for most of my stuff. Yariel Poof, pleased to meet you.
You're pleased? Well, that's good to hear.
Huh?
I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for that, really. Sometimes I just have a short fuse. Anyway, let's talk about the reason you're here. For starters, tell me how you managed to get the old ranter to trust you. That doesn't happen very often.
It's a long story.
I've got time.
I do like this, how this happens a lot where it fades to black and it just lets you pretend you recap the story so you don't have to go through it all over again.
So, you're saying that you learned all this the magic, the swordplay in such a short time? That's fascinating, to say the least. And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw the death of the 2 apothecary?
Yes, and know how crazy all of this sounds.
It does indeed. But hey, who am I to judge? Here you are, the mysterious stranger who appeared out of thin
reference?
air and without much fuss took out an
Mysterious
entire
stranger?
group of sellswords. And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from studying magic for only a couple of weeks, and that you can see the future. You certainly are full of shit.
I beg your pardon? I'm not full of shit.
Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange thought. But no, that would be crazy. Way too unlikely.
No, that would be insane. Crazy if I was... No, it can't be. Well, unlikely isn't a stranger these days. What do you mean?
Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to my agreement with the Holy Order. However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably have to be patient until the latter decides to put you in the picture. Sorry. But if my idea is correct,
I'm the chosen one.
then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? All right, let's do this.
She's gonna suck the magic out of
It'll
me.
just tickle a bit.
Oh. She's sending me to Sovngarde. Where am I going? Oh! She hit me so hard I clipped through the roof.
Are you all right? That wasn't on purpose. Really.
Never mind.
Oh my, you really do look terrible. I will make this right, I promise. I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a weak tickle at most, regardless of how it goes down. But, maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. I already said this.
My aura.
but
I'm
it's
aura
so
farming. They say
different.
aura a lot, by the way, and I will make aura farming jokes every time. Just prepare yourself for that. You're not the first one to tell me that. What exactly do you mean? What's wrong with my aura?
It's hard to explain. Somehow complex and cold, maybe. But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. It worked, and that's what matters. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even vanish if you're careful. And now I suggest you return to Constantine. I will get the stones to safety in the meantime. You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can feel it.
So what are these stone fragments good for? You didn't even tell me.
Well, put simply, they're supposed to protect us. But old Aranthiel will tell you more about it later.
Alright then, see you around.
Take care.
Why is my... Oh my god, she almost killed me. I was wondering why my screen was flashing. Goddamn, lady. Don't you know... Oh my god, she just disappeared. What's this way? Is there some treasure room or something? Need a key. I forget if we come back here or not, but whatever. Alright, where are we heading? We heading back to the city? Yes, we are. Now's a good time for me to show off my epic return spell. It's pretty cheap if you're, like, somewhat proficient in magic. If you don't have any, like, magical perks and stuff like that, it's a little bit more expensive, but man, I wish Skyrim had this. It's just so nice. Just be able to teleport right back to the city. Although I could have also used a teleport scroll to Ark. That also would have done that. But this goes right to my house. My poverty shack. I believe there's also like a housing feature in this. You can like, yeah, you can move stuff around. But the bed is free. I didn't have to pay for this, which is nice. So I can just take a nap and heal up. I should probably take you guys on a tour through Ark. But this city is massive. It's probably the biggest / maybe best fantasy city I've ever been in. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fast travel points within the city. And there's an undercity, which is a whole extra part that's underground. Like, look how cool this area is. We've already been here a few times in the live stream, but if you didn't catch those, this area is awesome, and the music here is so cool. It also has the best guild questline, I think, of any Elder Scrolls game. I know this isn't Elder Scrolls, but the Rolata questline, I don't think there's anything in any Elder Scrolls game that comes close. But we're heading up to the Sun Temple. That's where all the high and mighty are, up here, in their paladin armor.
There's supposed to be that just might work. Unreliable.
How do we get in?
All of them.
Oh.
I don't think the Red Madness cares much about that.
Probably not, no.
Hello?
This just doesn't make...
I think he's not coming out of his living quarters because I'm here too early in the morning. So I gotta find a bed and I'll come back in a couple hours. Yep, there we go. Now his doors are open.
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
The Shari performed the ritual on me. There were problems in Old Rashengrad.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work, even though part of her report seemed to be a bit... enthusiastic. But I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Who is this Aranthiel?
Didn't I tell you that already? He's the highly esteemed, holy Grand Master of the Order. Tilor Aranthiel, son of Lorius I, praised be his name. An old legend, risen from the dead, or something like that.
Where do I find him?
In the Emporium, the last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Aranthiel has asked for you, and they will let you in.
Alright, now we're talking with Tilor Aranthiel. This is, I think, probably the best voice-acted character, like, in any mod I've ever... Jaspar's really good too, but Tilor Aranthiel, this guy's just a great voice actor.
Because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Tila, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Tila.
Ben Shapiro moment.
Natara, the mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
Damn right he's got a visitor, and I'm going to take a seat in this comfy chair. Hello? Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm not allowed to sit. Maybe he got mad. This person is... Okay.
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting. I am Tilor Aranthiel, son of Lorius I and Grand Master of the Order, and I'm honored to meet you. What is your name?
Yariel Poof. You wanted to see me?
Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve this, you are indispensable.
You're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Veen is chaotic. The wars, the living dead, common people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
The visions. So you know where they come from.
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthia.
This is he's recapping the events from the last game,
because he
Narum.
believed that they robbed mankind.
I haven't
of their
played it,
right
so you don't need to
freedom.
play it to understand this.
So he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me.
So the Lightborn are really dead. If you, the Order of the Gods, acknowledge this fact, why do people not know about it? This is, we learn about this in the recap summary at the very start of the game. Also, if you played Narum, which is the Oblivion total overhaul, you would know this as well. There's a total overhaul for Skyrim, obviously Enderal, then Oblivion, which is Narum, and then there's 2 for Morrowind, Arctwinds and like Myanmar or something. So there's 2 for Morrowind. But there's basically 4 games set in this universe of Vin, this world, this fantasy world. So this is the 4th installment in the series, but I don't think you need to play the previous ones to understand it.
Good question. Because at the moment stability is the highest good, even more so considering what we are facing. The rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil wars that followed in their countries are evidence of the chaos that such a revelation entails. Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. It is unthinkable what would happen if we confirmed these rumors. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny all rumors of that kind.
If Narathul was your son, why did he hate the gods so much? Shouldn't he have been, I don't know, devoted to them?
There were circumstances favoring the development, but it's a long story which we won't discuss now.
You managed to free yourself.
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time, the dreams. I always saw the same glaring, terrible light, heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
An acolyte of your son? But weren't they your enemies then?
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth. The dreams, they come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
Oh, this guy, where's guys walking? A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from what? A common mind?
A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
Thus the excavations, like in Old Rashengrad. What did you find out?
3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end.
You mean that the end of humanity lies ahead?
Yes, it does. At first we considered it absurd, as probably you do at this moment. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe, the 2 castes of the Sun Priest. They, too, ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
So it's interesting. The Pyreans, the civilization before us, had the exact same thing happen. They had humans elevate themselves to near godhood, then they were overthrown, then some kind of catastrophe happened. Also, if you're curious, these arrows here in the dialogue screen let you just progress if you don't want to learn more. So if the exposition is too heavy for you, you can skip, but obviously my goal is to eventually make a video essay on this, so I want all the details possible, so you're going to be clicking through most of the optional options as well. Pyreans knew about the threat. Why didn't they try and do something about it?
They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak.
How in blazes can an entire civilization just disappear?
That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and my powers come from?
Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well.
Characters recur?
Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet.
I'm supposed to be a prophet?
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
And why me of all people?
I do not know. Firespark the mage has told me your story. And even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary, or we simply have not understood the pattern yet.
And I take it this is the reason the Naramese mages are here, isn't it? Firespark, Pegas, Skyrim?
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself.
What defines this prophet?
On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Into the past, and therefore into the future? What do you mean?
Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help.
Why do you think that we can overcome this cycle in the first place, after hundreds of civilizations have failed?
That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die?
Alright, if I can help, I'll try and do so.
Good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order. And to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial.
What kind of test? I already know he's just going to say yes to that, so we'll just proceed.
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival.
Very well. Where can I find them?
At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter, if and how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure. Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
There we go. That is probably, I want to say, the biggest exposition dump of like the whole game, but it is really important because that basically sets up the plot for the whole game. That there's this cycle of civilizations that happens over and over, that everyone just disappears. And they're trying to figure out why, and they're trying to figure out how to stop it. That's kind of the premise for the whole game, and it's really well done. It's similar to Mass Effect 1, where there's also a cycle, and you got to try and stop it. So I personally love it. Like, honestly, there's no main story in the Elder Scrolls that comes close to how well this one is written. It's just so well made. Think of Skyrim's main story. Nobody plays Skyrim to play its main story, you know, besides maybe the first time. Same with Oblivion.
Well,
Morrowind maybe, but still, I don't know.
Live with it. Yes.
All right, here we are, Border of the Heartland. This is the first time this character will be going through the Whisperwood, and the Whisperwood does indeed, I think. It's still 2-star, so it's possible, but I think the Whisperwood is like level 18 to 25 or something. But we're basically following a group of initiates here to perform a test.
Yes.
Grandmaster Aranthiel sent me. I'm supposed to take the trial to become a keeper?
Oh, yes. You're the prodigy. I was expecting something else. I hope you're aware of what you're getting yourself into. Our novices trained for years for this trial. And as much as I respect the Grandmaster, I think this is naive. In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that.
The way the Grandmaster put it, I don't seem to have much of a choice.
How selfless of you! But as you wish. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first Pathless in the history of the Order to a keeper. The others will scream for joy. Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades. I have to go prepare something.
Kalia! Oh, my goat.
Hello. You're our unexpected addition, aren't you? The prodigy?
Yes, but call me Yaryel Poof. Sounds less awkward.
It does, actually.
No, it doesn't.
I'm Kalia Sakaresh, by my path novice and aspirant to the First Sigil. I have been told what you did in Old Rashengrad, that you saved the excavations and fought back the mercenaries all on your own. An astonishing feat, truly. You have my respect for that.
Save the excavations, yes, but the people from your order were already dead.
I know, but you tried.
See, oh yeah, there's also like
I'm really
reputation.
Curious as to what the mercenaries thought they were doing.
So you could saw in the top left that she liked what I just said.
Is either extremely powerful or extremely naive. Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
She is one of the very few, like, romanceable companions in this game. So generally, you want to keep your reputation high with those people. This guy's just a dick, though, Dunwar.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. I beg your pardon?
You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Just shove off.
As you wish, princess.
Heretics.
All right, enough of the chatter. Come here. Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from that, it's still a few miles to the ritual place. As you're all gifted with magic, the spores in the forest ahead will make you a little dizzy, but we won't stay for long. Any questions?
What spores are you talking about exactly?
Long story. Simply put, they come from a special kind of mushroom that has infested this forest, and staying near them worsens the arcanist's fever. So, in case you're thinking about exploring further, take some magical protection and some ambrosia with you.
I spoke about ambrosia earlier, that it's like the sanity meter in this game. So some spells, specifically healing spells, will drain your sanity.
Good. Stay
but
close
also
to me.
some environmental effects will do that too. So you can see my arcane fever's 21%, but probably by the end of this mission it'll be higher. But he gave us some potions to dial that down.
Play for that now. Korek would have conquered the city, and then you will be ashamed.
Okay, so this is a flashback. I just got one. Don't know what it means, but I got a flashback. I love this. This is like, the biomes in this game are so cool.
So this is the Whispering Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times before. I bet you know all about the Undercity's radicals instead.
I gotta be careful with some of my spells because my magic is illegal. So like if I summon stuff, these guys will get mad at me. Also, you can see I'm getting hit by arcane fever. It's these mushrooms here that are hurting me.
Wait, do you see that?
Yes, that man. What is he doing?
Who cares? He's probably just a traveler.
He shouldn't be here. No merchant in his right mind would voluntarily travel through the Whispering Forest. We'll go take a look at him. Stay ready.
I think this is the first time we get a insight to the Red Madness. We get to see it firsthand.
She's with me now, forever.
Kirash!
What? You there? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
She's with me now, forever.
What are you, deaf? Identify yourself!
His eyes. Master, this is the Red Madness.
Shit, of course. You will put away that pickaxe right now, my sir, and then get on your knees.
She wanted to leave. Don't you understand?
If we can look at his eyes.
Me, just like that.
This is disgusting.
She will stay. She...
Oh!
By the righteous path!
Dunmore just blew this guy up.
I could ask you the same thing, damn it! Did you forget what Magister Yarrow did to the novices? This man could have attacked us at any moment.
Oh, really? Malthus, protect us from your cunning! But did the thought ever cross your mind that one needs to understand a disease in order to heal it? And that some apothecary might have given their left hand for a living patient?
You're not being fair, Master. I was only protecting us.
Like heck you did.
Fucking Dunmore, piece of shit.
And not for the first time.
Fuck this
The other
guy.
masters might ignore that fact due to your religious commitment.
So this guy killed his wife, I guess, because she wanted to leave him?
But if something like this ever
Reasonable
happens
crash
again,
out?
you will be suspended from the rites and will spend the rest of your
I
life.
don't know if this is
polishing
reasonable
prayer
though.
bags
What
in
the
the
f-
sanctum.
is
Do
this his
I
kids that he put on a
myself clear?
pike or something?
He really was trying to protect us, Master. Maybe...
Do I make myself clear?
You do, Master. And I beg your forgiveness for my offense.
Granted. Now let's push on. We will take care of the body after the ritual.
Oh yeah, this place. We're breaching the point where I haven't played this game for like 3 years.
This is where Malthus's vassals erected their first camp, so behave yourselves accordingly. You too, prodigy. Well then, before we start, there's something I need to tell you. Something, important. The rumors concerning the deaths of the Lightborn, they're true.
What?
The gods are dead. They fell 2 winters ago, beneath the sword of an unknown traveler.
That, I think, is your
We,
player character
that
from the
is,
previous
the
game.
Order, have known about this for quite some time now, but haven't told the common people yet. But since the 3 of you intend to take the trial, there's no way to disguise the truth anymore.
But how can a god die?
There was a prophecy, as old as the Lightborn themselves, in which there was talk of a shadow god, who would end the era of gods. And it came true. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You're telling us that the gods have been killed, and you are sorry. What's next? That tomorrow the sun will stop shining? Tell us that this is a test, Master. It is, isn't it? A test of our faith.
No, the Lightborn are dead. But, hard as it may be to accept, we cannot afford to fall into a spiritual crisis right now.
The Order of the Gods, Malthus's order, was created to protect the Lightborn. And if what you're saying, this blasphemy is true, then we're meaningless. We failed, don't you see that? Oh, by the Black Guardian, I just can't believe it.
And though I shan't be seen, thou shalt live by my virtue. 3rd Revelation, verse 137.
There's a lot of lore about this religion, by the way.
If this is
like,
true, we have to show strength and
it's-
keep on believing
it's
in what
really-
the Lightborn stood for.
It's like on par
Which is
with the
idea
Elder
of
Scrolls.
peace
Like,
and
it's
Oh,
insane.
Just shut your mouth, Sakaresh. If anything, you lowborn scum are living proof that the Order is going downhill. Do you really
Epic
think
panoramic
I don't know
shots.
about the village? You're a damned witch, and if this were the old times, you would have been crucified long time ago.
You don't mean that, Dunmore.
Drop it, for heaven's sake! We're all on the same side here.
No, we are not. This wench doesn't have any right to wear the white robes. And if you would spend more time with the holy scriptures instead of your brandy bottle, you would see it as well. But no, you just...
Shut up! I swear to you, one more word and you will wish that I just suspended you.
But...
No buts! Do you understand?
Yes.
I hope so, for your sake. Just be glad that this is a time when we need skilled mages more than ever. Just be glad. Now enough of this. Our demeanor defiles this sacred place. There will be enough time for depression and personal crisis after the trial. Let's recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor. In life as in death. May your light guide me. Good. As you know, this trial will test the fortitude of your spirit. Because this is what, distinguishes a keeper from a soldier. What distinguishes a wise man from a fool. Keep that in mind. Now, drink the potion I gave you.
Alright, here we go.
You first, Prodigy. Let's hope the Grand Master was right about you.
Gulp, gulp, gulp. And I'm dead. He poisoned me. It's over. Game over.
Oh no. No. No, no. I knew I wouldn't be the last one. Did they also tell you the tales about the Keeper's spirit? They've lured you into a trap, you know. And you fell for it. Because you're arrogant. Just as I am. As I was.
I know you're just an illusion. Get out of my way.
You're right. I'm not real. At least not according to your definition of the word. But then again, what is reality anyway? If I told you that you and your friend Sirius actually lie dead at the bottom of the sea, and that everything that has happened so far, your journey to Ark, the search at the Sun Coast, was only a dream, would you be able to recognize the truth? The answer is no. Because you don't want to be dead. Therefore, your mind will do anything to make you believe this entire dream you've had was and is reality.
How am I able to dream if I'm actually dead? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't it? Tell me, what is time to the dead and dreaming anyway? The last second before the water floods into your lungs. The very last instant before it tears them apart in your mind. It could be an eternity. A self-created sanctuary built from nothing but your wishes. But what's the point in talking anyway? You don't want to believe me. And I'm tired of trying to make you. Now leave me alone, before we make the suppressor even angrier. He doesn't like words. He likes the silence.
The suppressor? Who are you talking about?
What? They haven't told you about him? Oh, that's so typical. The suppressor. He's the reason why we will be imprisoned here forever, and why we can't access our feelings and wishes. And he does it because he wants us to lose hope, to stop believing. And You know, sometimes I wonder if that's exactly what we humans, what I have to do to finally be free. Give up. But no. No, not yet. It's too early to surrender. And isn't that what makes us human, anyway? Yeah, I'll wait. And you will wait with me forever.
Escape from this strange place. Now, the first time I did this was fucking amazing. But the twist isn't as, you know, a little bit different the second time around.
What the? How did you do that?
I wish I knew.
You simply opened it? But that's impossible. All these years it's kept me from escaping, and you just... Come on. We have to look. We have to look and see what's outside. We won't get far, but still we have to see. Come, lead the way.
Got some creepy-ass skeletons in here. What else?
By the gods!
Oh.
These are the scourges of the Suppressor. They want to punish us.
Luckily, they're all pretty weak. Oh. Got flying chairs and burned people. Oh. Okay. Torture device. Cool, cool, cool. More burned corpses. A lot of burned corpses. Enderal has a obsession. Like, there's so many burned corpses in this game. It's crazy. But it's well done. Like, you'll just see a lot of burned corpses. That's what they like to use for, like, environmental storytelling. And, like, pointing kind of where you're supposed to go. We found an ominous cave full of blood and body parts. That's epic. Got a floating possessed guy. More ghosts. Oh. Wait. Oh, they're hanging. Okay, I thought this guy was just... Alright. Didn't see the rope. I see it now. I have no food, so we're in a bit of a pickle here because I can't read stuff. And I also can't consume the corpses of these ghosts because they don't leave behind corpses. So I'm on borrowed time here health-wise.
Everything here looks so similar. It's a damn maze. Oh, really? We should never have left. This will be our doom. Oh, no. No. Do you see it? All the cells, they're all empty. And there's blood. Oh, no. There were people in there just like us. They didn't know their place either, and now they're dead. They've simply dissolved. Because they dared to disobey the Suppressor. By the gods, this is what will happen to us too. I knew it was a mistake to leave in the first place. I just knew it.
So, I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do is just kind of... Okay, maybe not.
This
but
is
I'm
so wrong.
Okay, never mind. I
Right.
misremembered.
At the same time.
Huh. We've got our father from the opening cinematic. His dead body in one of these cells. don't know if I noticed that my first time playing. Here we are, the final area. How do we get in? This is our jail cell. Get in there somehow. Key to freedom. Oh.
This is so wrong. And right. At the same time. I know we can't escape, but to just have a glimpse outside. The suppressor will understand.
We're back in our jail cell. What happened?
What? Leave me alone! The suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible.
I don't understand it. Who are you? A part of me? An illusion?
Of course I'm a part of you, and you are a part of me. Isn't that obvious? But I should have known you wouldn't understand. You're too weak. You always were.
Why are you so afraid of this suppressor?
No, you haven't. Because you're blind. The suppressor is here, in every single stone, in every bone, in every... But I should have known. I mean, what can you expect from someone who has killed his entire family? I followed you because for a brief moment, you made me want to believe, and now you've dragged me into the abyss along with you.
There must be a way out of here.
No, there isn't. Just look at us. Look at what we are. We are the damned because we are trapped too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom.
Again, bit of the, bit of the mystery is taken away because I know how to get out of here and you have to zap them.
Well. So you figured it out.
But that was an interesting twist the first time I played this game.
I am what keeps you in this place. But was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am? Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
My feet are out. Dogs are out. Dogs are barking. I think I have to re-hotkey all my items after this, which I think is the most annoying part. What are we looking at here, Jaspar? What's up? Person is busy.
Oh, hey. Good to see you awake. How are you feeling?
Fine, I guess. Where are we?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean, hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil.
The fact that he mentioned the guy from my imagination begs the question, where are we? Yeah, how the heck do you know about Axion? Again, Rhetorics is a really good skill because it lets you do speech checks and stuff.
Everyone knows about Ixon, and the fact that you're asking this shows how little you actually understood. You're pathetic, you know that? Simply pathetic.
Excuse me?
I said you are pathetic. At first we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone.
Uh-oh.
You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept that. You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, prophet, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
a weakling.
And a murderer.
And that is why you will burn. All of you. The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
So, you are the ones behind it, aren't you? Why are you doing this? What have we done to you?
What have you done to us? You are so naive. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up! Keep on stumbling through the mist.
I remember the first time I did this mission, it was like one of the coolest things I've ever done ever in a game. Just to meet those like ethereal, omnipotent people. It's so good. It's a lot of exposition, but damn, it's a good story. Okay, we got Dunwar here. Oh, and Kalia.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one. How are you? You look exhausted.
Yeah. I had a bad dream. A nightmare.
You did. That's probably one of the after effects of the potion, but it will pass, I'm sure of it. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
So, does that make us keepers now?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really.
I really like how they were able to get
we're told
like rain
out of
in the
nowhere
windows.
that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
I figured. What do you make of all this? The cycle, the cleansing?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
What's the next step?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
Speaking of Dunwar, what was that thing at the ritual place all about? He called you a witch.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later, you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't interested. Shoot.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember? How come?
I wish I knew. What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. and the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
I figured. Thanks for trusting me with this. It must be hard to talk about. Her backstory is actually really cool. I think if your reputation's high enough with her, you get to go to her, like the place where she grew up and stuff. It's a really good quest.
It's okay. Anyway, it turned out that the riders were men from the village who had gone hunting. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the riders think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
I see. And these masked men wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end because I was pathless.
They brought you into the Undercity, right?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my 2nd year.
Master Tyrus, a keeper, adopted you?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
So, Master Tyrus granted you the novitiate?
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
So that means Dunwar believes that this story about you being responsible for the destruction of that village is actually true?
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
I saw your skills, and you're the only one who made it through the trial. The way they treat you probably has more to do with jealousy than anything else.
Maybe, but everything I'm capable of is the fruit of hard work, though they will never acknowledge that. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important, on my goals.
Which would be?
Several, but I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
Alright, let's talk later. I should go see the Grand Master.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
I'll manage. Thanks anyway.
As you wish. The apothecary put your gear in the chest by your bed. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon.
I don't believe I know. The mercenary, he might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of your men. I want him, and you will need to convince your Truchessa of it.
Is that so? Very well, I will convince her. you will hear from me. Prophet, good to see you. How do you feel?
Like a newborn, except for a bloody headache and that pretty messed up journey into my own mind.
You've never been in any danger. If I had doubted your abilities, even to the slightest, I would have never spoken out for you. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Fine, I'm ready when you are.
The ceremony needs a little preparation, 1 day at least. Come back then. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches, I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams.
A dream? What did you see?
People I knew, including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was something else, and it spoke through them. They mocked us and said our struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was...
That sounds a lot like the dream I had.
I believe that these beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
That's interesting. I had the same dream before I woke up in the curarium.
You did? That is interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries. Maybe there is a connection between us.
Any idea who or what these beings are?
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind, but they are different from everything I know. In any case, if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come back tomorrow for the ceremony.
All right. There we go. A lot of,
Walk blessed,
what?
Prophet.
I did not talk to that guy.
Wherever you look, where is this supposed to lead?
It's a lot of exposition, but as I said, I'm pretty sure that mission I just did was like the biggest. That was the real story setup mission, which honestly, looking at my footage, was only about an hour. But yeah, that's a lot of time to just kind of sit there and take in a story, I suppose.
Phew.
What the hell?
There you are.
Who the hell is this guy?
Here, a letter for you.
Thanks, kid.
What? Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you. Safe travels, and may his light guide you.
Every day like the last. So these, I believe, are the companion quests, I think. Okay, yeah, this is Jaspar's quest. Congratulations for passing your trial. You already know how I feel about the Red Cloaks and their, let's say, superior attitude, but still, it would rob me of my sleep to know that I didn't congratulate you in person. Should your holy duties allow it, meet me in the old watchtower at the western gate of Ark. Cordially, Jaspar. And these quests, I believe, are timed. Like, if you don't do them in time, they expire. So, in order to not, like, throw away these quest lines, you have to make sure you do them in time. So, may as well do that one now, I guess. Okay, time to talk with Jaspar. I don't know if I'm going to include all the conversations with him and the other companion, but I believe he might mention something
there you
here.
are. Glad you made it.
About
so, how was
someone
it?
from the
I heard
books.
quite some stories about this
Cool.
trial, and was never sure what to make of it.
It was easier than I thought. What about you? I thought you were on a boat to Kile.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Come, let's go upstairs. It'll be worth it.
I mean, I think, like, the peaceweed stuff is just way better for a mage. Doesn't it cure arcane fever? I think so.
Chilean Sweetwater tobacco. 100 times better than what they smoke here. Consider it a congratulatory gift for passing the trial. Nothing better than a good pipe and a nice sight to go along with it.
Hey, that does not mean the same thing nowadays.
It's always sad to see how few people can truly appreciate these things. Anyway, tell me, my friend, what is it that drives you? I've been asking that myself since we met. Makes sense. In any case, it's interesting to see how you've gotten from being a magically gifted refugee to the center of all this. Kind of reminds me of a woman I used to travel with. Alicia. No matter where she went, she always ended up in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, Lycia is from the book. So if you have the first version of Dreams of the Dying, the first book, Lycia is one of the main protagonists of that, along with Jaspar. How did you end up traveling with her?
We got hired for the same job. Usually I work better on my own, but this partnership was refreshing in every aspect. It felt good to know someone's got your back for a change, especially with the kind of work I do. Which is why we decided to stick together after that first job. And it went great, at least initially. She just cared too much, you know? Yeah, she was a mercenary, but she only ever picked the jobs where she thought she could help people, or at least do no damage. As you can imagine, that doesn't always work out in my profession, and whenever it didn't, she really took it to heart. It was sad, if you think about it, really.
It's interesting, because in the book, Lycia starts as like a priest for like homeless people, and she helps like the needy get better. And at the end of the book, though, they only are together by coincidence. Like, she basically leaves him, but then they end up on the same boat going to the next place, so maybe that's a hint to the next 2 new books that are coming out. I'm not sure. All right, well, I think that's all of the main story I wanted to accomplish today. I think now it's time to just do some side quests. I'm not sure I want to do anything, like any big story. Like, this is a really cool side quest where you find out why the art gallery is closed and you go up. But I think that's a pretty high-level mission. I can't do that yet. Maybe I'll try this bounty. It's 3 stars, which means you usually have to be level 30 for it. I'm level 19, so we'll give it a shot. Well, we're back in the crazy-ass forests again. The good news is we've killed quite a few of those bug guys on the main road. I don't remember if much questing takes you here, to be honest. And that's one of my, like, if you ask me to criticize something about Enderal, it's that basically 70 to 80% of the game takes place here. And, like, some of the side quests take you out of this area, but there's no, like, you don't swap cities. Like, you know, in Skyrim, you're in, like, Winterhold, and then you kind of swap over to whatever, like Kynes Grove, and like what you do a little bit in like settlements. That this game doesn't really have that. So you really, if you want to go out and like do dungeons and stuff, and just like this place, like if you want to do stuff like this, you kind of have to do it on your own because the game doesn't naturally push you there. I think this stuff's gonna hurt my... No? Okay. Usually these blue crystals hurt my fever.
Someone's out there.
These enemies are definitely harder.
You'll fucking burn for this, I swear.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Holy. Yeah, these guys are tough, man. Where's the other person I killed? Oh.
God.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, this is a high-level area, so... These caves look beautiful, though. Relata Shera. So, I wonder what the world-building implications are for that, because I thought the Relata were kind of just like bound to the Undercity. But I guess if they're out here, maybe whoever's in this cave plundered their shipments or something.
Someone's out there.
Oh my goodness. How did that miss? Yeah, the good news is when I kill really high-level enemies... Oh! Okay, I spoke too fast. When I kill high-level enemies, I regain a lot of health with my Devour Shout. But it looked like that boss kind of answered my question, that this guy's mixing dust for the Relata, who are essentially... like, they're kind of like a Thieves Guild mixed with Dark Brotherhood, kind of.
What the? Where did he go?
You picked the wrong
Holy dude, I don't think I can do this stuff. Too weak. Let's see how much this heals me. Yeah, it heals me a lot, but still.
All you got?
Man, I really wish my fire elemental would fight this guy who's immune to fire damage. Oh! Okay, I got him with my last fireball there. Boots of the Ralim. This is like the special armor they wear. It's worth a lot. Maybe I'll just scoop some of this up and sell it. Huh. Interesting. This note mentions the father, which is the leader of the Relata. I didn't know, I thought they were, yeah, I kind of thought they were just kind of bound to the Undercity. I didn't think... You can see these gems and stuff are hurting my Arcane Fever. I'm at 49%. 100% you die. But this is the debuff I have right now. 10% slower stamina, weakness to magic raised by 10%, health reduced by 10%, damage taken increased by 5%. This music is so creepy. I actually don't... Like, there's special soundtracks you'll hear in certain areas. Abandoned hunting cabin. Usually these don't have too much stuff in it. Sometimes they'll have beds, which are what you want, because when you're adventuring, obviously you don't heal passively, but a bed will allow you to restore everything, which is very nice. But yeah, basically just looks like this place is for sleeping. That's kind of the whole point it's here. Well, this is the camp where our bounty is. He's in this cave over here. Interesting. I don't know if there's anything worth looting per se. Iron ingot. Sure, take that. Fireball rank 2. Sure. It's also worth noting that a lot of the spells in this have various ranks. So if you look at like this, I have Casanova rank 1 and Casanova rank 2. I think they go up to rank 5. So a lot of these spells kind of can scale. However, there's a couple that scale forever. They don't need to be upgraded. Psionics, I think. Yeah, there's a couple of these, like this one. It does 1 point of damage in addition to every 3 in psionics. So I have 36 in psionics, which means it does 12 more damage in addition to the base damage. So that's something that will scale forever. So there are some spells that don't need to be replaced. Oh, this dungeon. I know this dungeon. Yeah, this one's huge, but there's a couple set pieces in here, I'm pretty sure. Alright, finally. My guy's putting in some work. It's not a werewolf, it's like a troll. There we go. Yeah, this area is huge. I think this is one of the larger dungeons in the game. There's one similar to this where you have to go for the Relata questline. And yeah, see, I told you, there's set piece armors in here. Selna's is pretty good, but it's not great for me specifically. Although it's just a huge upgrade. I do have a couple pieces of this. I think there's even more pieces in here of Selna's. But yeah, item sets are definitely something you want sooner than later. I would like to make a crafted set. There's one I want to make that's like a heavy armor mage thing, but I don't know how far away that is for me. Silver steel sword, bow. Looks like there's some stuff down there. Look at this. Even got fully functioning elevators in here. Pretty cool. I do think I need new armor though. I think that's like the one thing that's kind of you know, making my character not be as strong as it could be. But for the armor set I want, I need handicraft 75. I don't think we're super close to that yet. Alright, let's turn in this bounty. How much money we get? 300? Not bad. They always yell at you in the marketplace, dude. All the NPCs just start screaming. What's our next one? Captain Plum. 3-star. I guess it's possible. Where is it? Over here? I think this area is pretty tough. I could barely do the last one. I think we're gonna hold off on 3 stars for now. We'll see if we can pick up some other easier things in here. Or maybe I should go and look for some new armor. Alright, this is where I pick up all my spells. As you can see, not the, you know, most well-renowned area. But that's the only way you can get entropy and psionics stuff. You have to go to the Undercity to get them. Now that I'm level 20, it does appear that they are selling rank 3 spells. So Death Breath is something I want. I also wouldn't mind Soil Elemental over the Fire Elemental. I feel like the Soil one, a melee one is going to be better than a ranged one, I feel like, for my situation. And then as far as skill books go, I'm not super sure which ones I want to get. Entropy, I'm at 54, which means if I want more, I need to get expert books, I think, which means they cost 200 each. So it cost me 2,000 to get all these entropy books. God damn. Luckily, my bank, as I showed at the beginning, is completely full, so I'm making like 250 per day. So every day I play, that's basically a free expert skill book. So we can just consume all of these. And then learn the spells. And let's take a look. So Death Breath rank 3 does 24 points per second while draining my health. So pretty good. And then I think we want this one off and we'll go Mud Elemental. Well, I guess we can try out my new stuff if we do the other bounty, see how it works. See, we're just gonna spam sleep, get some of that money back. Basically, a level gives you 5 learning points, so and an expert skill book costs about 200, which is how much interest you make a day. So as long as 5 days have passed per level, I should be on par or still making more than enough interest to cover all my education expenses, if that makes sense. Basically, we're earning enough per day where I can kinda just buy whatever I want as far as learning books go. Man, every time I walk through Ark, it's just such a pretty city, dude. I just love it. I can't really think of like a fantasy city that is just as big as this one, and I realize there's somebody hanging from that guy's fingertip. Well, if we ignore that, still, it's so well designed. I don't even know if I've spent much time in the harbor at all. There's probably some quests to do here. Yes. I pretty much only go through the harbor to go out this side of the city, which is coincidentally, where we need to go, which is up here. Got my Mud Elemental lugging along behind me. I think over here are Spriggans, and they're pretty tricky to kill. We'll see. We'll see if I've got the strength to take them down. Oh. Alright, well, those are just wolves, so that's fine. Found a little dungeon on the way. You know, it doesn't hurt to explore all as you can. Wow, this new spell is crazy. This does so much damage. Damn. How much more did it do than my previous one? Rank 3 does 24 versus... yeah, it's almost triple. Does use more mana, though, which I have to be aware of. These spiders don't really stand much of a chance. Alright, Mud Elemental, go. Fight them. Oh! Yeah, that guy hits hard. Yeah, he hits hard. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's nice. That guy does some damage. Yep, there's the Spriggans up there. Oh. Yeah, they do. Oh, they hurt. Yeah, and they're tanky. Oh, but my guy destroys them. My Mud Elemental. Nature versus nature. But mine's better. Okay, and I think there's a camp up here that's a little tricky to get through. But I think... Yeah, it's up here. It's like built into the trees. But I think it has some pretty good items. I hate the archers in this game. I don't know what's more annoying, Skyrim archers or Minecraft skeletons. Like, just archery. It's just the worst. Go! Get him! I have to absorb the soul out of that person. Get him! Let's get him, Mud Elemental! Fuck this guy. Nice work. Excellent work, Mud Elemental. I think the best summon you can get in this game is an Orabaya, which is like basically a corrupted mage that's got like a bunch of shit poking out of its head. But I also think up here just on the table is a very good sword or something. Magic robe, starling gauntlets, shadow. Yeah, this is a really good sword. I think it's like a dagger, I guess, or a short sword. Yeah, absorbs health. It's not exactly... It's a named weapon, which is cool. And I think there's a little bit of lore about it here. But I don't know if there's too much more we want to grab. Get the spare parts. Those are used for crafting. Maybe that. I think we're good. We did it. Oh, no, we didn't. The bounty's still... No, we didn't. We cleared out the outpost. The bounty is still ahead of us. Oh, man. Like, I know I've been meat riding the hell out of this game, but it's just so pretty. And the soundtrack is so good too. Oh my god, it's just... I don't know, it feels like you're adventuring more than you are in Skyrim, you know? Skyrim doesn't really feel... I mean, maybe because I've played Skyrim a zillion times, but I don't know. It just feels so refreshing to explore Enderal as opposed to Skyrim. Yeah, look, like I think they said this in like the patch notes, or like not in the patch notes, in like developer conversations, that they wish they had time to make the world bigger. So like you could see this is like lush forest, and then as soon as we get up here, snow. You know? These guys are tough. These guys are tough. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, I yelled at a... Oh no. Mud Elemental, help me! That was close. Those were just wolves. We're clearly in a higher level area here. Alright, here we go. We'll see how well we do. I think this is a very hard fight. Maybe I just lied. Maybe I just lied. That was easier than the dogs. Huh. Okay. My bad. Sorry, Captain Plum. Better luck next time, buddy. See if we can take out this camp before we head back. This, oh, they're undead. I think Entropy, I have a perk that makes me do more damage to undead, so I don't think these guys are quite as hard. Oh, shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, those guys might be a little strong. Maybe. I'd chug some potions, I guess. My fever's not too bad. It looks like they're healing as well. That's no good. Okay. Problem with entropy spells is they drain my health as well, but they do a fair bit of damage. Good job, Mud Elemental. I could not have done that without him, I don't think. Okay, well, I think we're good to hand in the bounty, and, what did I played for about 3 hours today?
Treat yourself.
Not bad, not bad. I think that's where I'll call it for today. Actually, I want to do one more thing. I want to try and improve my armor. So, Phasmalist has, like, this perk here that lets you improve enchanted weapons, which also works for set items. So if you want to improve like armor sets, you need that perk. Even if you don't want to go Phasmalism, you have to get those perks. So I'm just curious to see how far I can improve my
hammers, daggers, swords,
armor.
The best from the Chilean archipelago to this beautiful
It just
country.
requires leather.
Let me know when
It's not bad.
something catches your interest.
You can just get a couple of improvements. Okay. You lack the required skill to improve. Ah, so it's also based on your handicraft. Which I do need some handicraft skills anyway.
To steal everything for the path-abiding soldier.
So let me grab... Oh, oops. Handicraft expert. Give me 10 of those. Oof. We are low on money, I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna give you some stuff here. Okay. And then use all of these books. And then can I improve more? No, I need iron ingots. Got any iron ingots for a brother?
Everything for the path-abiding soldier.
Iron ingot 10. I think I only need like... Let's just grab like 8. Only one I can do is this one. The mask. I have the materials for everything else, but I am not high enough level to improve them more. Okay, good to know. Well, I think that's... I'm happy to call that for today. It's about maybe 3 or 4 hours of gameplay today. Not sure how long the video will be. Hopefully about half of that. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.